But
Welcome back to another episode of the Tip for Tap podcast. Today's just gonna be me and Max. It's an exciting time in the sports world today. This last week, this weekend, everything it's been exciting. Free agency has gotten pretty lit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of stuff happened. It's a lot of stuff to cover. Aaron Rodgers became a Jet today, basically. So I'm really excited. Being an Aaron Rodgers fan on the show, I'm really excited to see Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform this season when the trade finally gets done. He came on Pat McAfee's show today and basically said he wanted to play for the Jets, and that was all there is to it. But it's a lot of stuff we're gonna cover. We're gonna cover college basketball. March Madness is starting soon. We're gonna talk about our favorites, our sleepers, teams we see winning the whole tournament, going pretty far. Players look out for. We got a lot to talk about today. Also we're gonna get into some of the NBA stuff. The Lakers on the heater, and me and Max being the two resident Lakers fans on the show. We gotta talk about that but we were both right about the Lakers post trade deadline. So yeah,
gotta be gotta be doing something in the playoffs, man. They're doing something right in the regular season. Playing good without LeBron, playing good without AD sometimes. So
yeah, but how your day been on, Max? My day been amazing. Before you even answer, my day been amazing. Aaron Rodgers is a Jet, man. That feels amazing to say. Also got Drake tickets today, so yes, Drake when Drake is
yeah,
coming to
I
Chicago,
saw you post that.
bro.
That's
Like
how
I
much how
couldn't
much
believe
how
it.
much do they retail? How much do they retail?
Listen, it was a gift. I didn't buy them, so that's all. I don't know.
Okay.
I
All
saw
right.
something for like
I wanna
1,000. They were closer to the stage. I think I'm like not in the nosebleeds, but I'm kind of like 2, 3 levels up. So it's amazing, bro. I got Drake tickets. I can't believe I'm going to see Drake. That's my favorite artist ever. So that's
I wanna
amazing,
get
bro.
I wanna get tickets. I just if they're too
You do
crazy,
get
I
tickets.
can't
I'm going on
balance.
the
Yeah.
6th. If you they sold out pre-sale, bro.
May 6th, June
No,
6th.
July 6th. July 6th. It's July.
July 6th. Yeah, no, it's a pre-sale. I was just gonna look at the second hand markets, but if they're charging out the ass, I can't do that shit. The weather's been phenomenal, so it's been good moves because the weather's been holding up pretty nice. So sun's out, sun's shining. The summer, man. The summer's getting pretty close. Summer's getting pretty close. It's getting exciting, man.
Yeah, it feels good out here too. My
But
birthday on
hey,
Friday too. So
that's fair. That's fair.
the vibes is immaculate
Very
right
good.
now.
Hey, it is a good day because Aaron Rodgers is finally out of the division too. So
Yeah, I know.
great feeling.
All Bears fans got to be rejoicing right now. Aaron Rodgers is finally out of the division. Y'all have a
Yes and
chance.
yes and no because we hate the Packers, but we also hate Rodgers. So you don't want to see him win. You know what I mean? Like you wish he would have retired instead of winning a Super Bowl. But
He's not your
if
problem no more.
Aaron,
I've been talking to some Bears fans. I don't know why y'all what's the hate about. He's not your problem
huh?
anymore.
Just don't like the guy. What you just like don't like him, and you have to like him. No, you still don't like the guy. Like, but it would be funny to see him keep losing in AFC Championship games too. It would be really funny to see him lose to. He could make past any championship round.
Okay, so let's get right into that. Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets today. Do you want to
Yeah,
go
you
first,
talk
or do
first.
you mean
No,
I
you
want to
got
talk?
it. You can say what you got to say.
Oh man, it was refreshing because I was just waiting for it to happen. I'm glad he finally got out of Green Bay. It was a good ride being in Green Bay for 18 years, 15 years as a starter. I think he did a lot for the city of Green Bay, and that's what he said earlier today on the live stream. But as far as him going to the Jets, I think it makes them instant like championship contenders, and I don't think that's a stretch to say that. Um, they are in the probably toughest division in all of football now, probably because Miami just loaded up. The Bills are the Bills, and then the Jets just got Aaron Rodgers. Now, when you look at you look at that team right now. I think they're championship contenders because you got Aaron Rodgers. You give him Garrett Wilson. You give him Elijah Moore. You got Lazard as a wide receiver 3. You have a top 5 defense. The offensive line needs some work, but you can fix that up. And then you have Brees Hall coming out the backfield, who was looking like an offensive rookie of the year candidate when he played. So the Jets are gonna be really good. Last year they beat the Bills with Zach Wilson. We can't forget that. We beat the Bills back with Zach Wilson. Yes, I'm saying we already because Aaron Rodgers is there. We beat the we
I heard
beat
that.
we
I
beat
heard that.
we beat the Miami Dolphins by 30. I don't care who was playing Skylar Thompson. It was Zach Wilson. Like Zach Wilson is not that much better than Skylar Thompson in all reality. Like they got better. A lot of AFC teams got better in the free agency, but I can't. We get to the wild card because we're probably not going to win the division, right? So we probably gonna be in a wild card. We're gonna be one of those top
So
top wild card teams, but we can't win the division. I'm not saying we can't. but it'll be
Yeah.
hard.
So finish your sentence. I got a question after. I got a question after.
Yeah, I don't know because like Miami looks scary right now. They just
No,
got
you can finish. We'll talk about it after.
their defense might be better than ours. So and then the Bills are always the Bills, but we have arguably we have the second best quarterback in the division. In his prime though, like 2 years ago, he's better than Josh Allen. So it's arguable we have the best quarterback in the division. We have the best team in the division. I think when it all said and done, I think we have a strong chance to win the division. But the Jets are championship contenders. It's like it's not that many teams in the AFC that are better than us. I think the Chiefs are better than us. I think the Bengals may not be better than us. They just lost a lot of key defensive pieces. They lost Jesse Bates. They lost Von Bell. Like they don't have to. The offensive line
I
still
agree.
has problems. So
The Bengals are looking shaky.
the Bengals are looking
They're
shaky. I mean,
losing some key
they
big
still have
pieces. They have
Burrow.
the pieces that matter. They have the pieces that matter.
They have
But
the
like
pieces that matter. But
they can't lose all they can't lose all their side pieces.
yep, that defense was a big part of their success last year. So the Jets
Exactly.
might be the second best team in the AFC when it's all said and done, and they are championship contenders. I fully believe that. You just added a top 6 quarterback on your team, you're championship contenders.
Okay, so first of all, first thing you said, no, Josh Allen's a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. We're not going to get into this.
Did he not just win
It
two? Did
you
he not just?
you
Did he?
have
Did,
two.
how is he? What? How though? How though?
We just had our rankings like a week ago, a month
Okay,
ago, and
okay,
you
but
even
like,
said that.
are
Like
we not going to act like Aaron Rodgers is not coming out with 2 straight MVPs besides last season? Oh, in his down year, Max, he was 26-12, and in the down year. That's like, come on, bro, with no weapons. He had no
at the
weapons
end of the
last year.
day, at the end of the
He had,
day, you ranked Josh Allen above Aaron Rodgers. So that was you. Man.
he has weapons now. He has weapons now, and it's not like it's a debate. Like Aaron Rodgers is still
You
Aaron
ranked
Rodgers,
it.
bro.
You ranked it. You had your quarterback ranking. Aaron Rodgers was lower than Josh Allen. We're not going to get into this right now. So I was going to say, who do you think can win the division? Because obviously the Bills have been there for the mainstay. The Jets and the Dolphins are funny to me because their teams are the opposite, right? The Dolphins, I trust everybody else but their quarterback, and I wouldn't say like I guess everybody else, but it's a bunch of like experienced, skilled players led by a young quarterback. The Jets is a young quarterback or is an experienced quarterback led by a bunch of young, good, skilled players. So at the end of the day, I think I might honestly trust the Jets more than I trust the Dolphins because I trust Aaron Rodgers to go and win a playoff, not an AFC championship game, but a playoff game before I do Tua. And like obviously Sauce is good. Um,
I think
they
we
have
have
Garrett
a.
Wilson the out. Like
I think we have a strong chance to win the division. I'm not gonna lie because the Bills they lost Tremont
I,
Edwards. They did keep
I,
Matt
I
Milano.
will still say the Bills. I think have the best chance, but I'll say it's you and New York are top two, and then I'll put Miami
Josh
following
Allen's worst games of the season last year were against the Bills. I mean the Jets. So like
Jets. They have a good defense. Yeah, 100%. They got a good
we
defense.
have a top
But
five.
at the
We have a
same
top
time,
five defense. We have a top five defense. I think Josh Allen is going to struggle against our defense. Von Miller is not healthy. They lost
he should start
Edmonds.
game one, right?
Maybe they lost Tremaine. They still have Matt Milano, who was elite linebacker last year. They still have Jordan Poyer. They re-signed Jordan Poyer today, so he did not walk. That's good for them. They have yet to add another weapon for Josh Allen on offense. They still don't have a running back. Their offensive line is still shaky. So,
So, but what do you add if you're them? Because you're not going to you don't need another receiver right now. Gabe Davis can fit in as a two.
no, they do
Stephon
need
Diggs
numbers.
can fit
They
as a.
need another. They need another receiver. I'm sorry, like
So who you gonna get
Gabe
though?
Davis is not it.
Odell?
I mean Odell would be
Because
nice.
that's what I'm saying.
I think
They
Odell's
can't
better than
pay.
Gabe Davis.
You're not gonna. Yeah, I guess he hasn't played in a year, so I don't know. I don't know 100% where Odell's at.
Last time we
I
seen
think a
Odell,
running
he was
back.
balling out in the Super Bowl, bro. Last time we seen Odell, he was actually like he was on route to winning
He
Super Bowl MVP.
caught a touchdown and then got injured. He also could have fumbled 3 balls after. Anyways, I've heard a little thing about Zeke. People are tweeting and a couple of analysts and stuff talk about Zeke. Like, get it done, Buffalo. You should go there. I don't know if a running back's exactly what they need, but I think to take the if you could try and go out and get Dalvin Cook in the market because I know Minnesota is kind of hinted at maybe trying to get rid of him. If you can get Dalvin Cook, or you could get a guy like Zeke who is just a downfield running back, like that could be. You know what I mean? It takes the pressure off Josh Allen to play the hero ball that he's used to playing. Like you know what I mean? And the AFC
Zeke is
Championship, some
cooked.
of
I'm
those
not
hero
gonna lie,
ball
Zeke is trash. Zeke is trash, bro. He
is
sucks.
Zeke, but Zeke a better not is Zeke a better running back than James White and Naheem Hines?
James Cook.
James
Um,
White, yeah, James Cook. I like James Cook, and
I
I still think Zeke's better
I
than
would
both.
rather have James Cook than Zeke, respectfully.
Dalvin Cook. Oh, Dalvin Cook could actually go there. I didn't even think about that. Dalvin Cook. They've like talked that they're shopping him or whatever. Dalvin Cook and
James
Derrick
Cook
Henry
is
that team
better.
would be crazy.
Derrick Henry is not being traded anymore. It came out that he's not getting on the market anymore for some reason.
So what? I don't even know what they're doing.
James Cook, like I'd rather have him. Zeke is actually trash. Like Zeke is actually
Mhm.
trash. And short yard situations, he's very good. But also the Cowboys had a very good offensive line, which the Bills do not. So, yeah, he is
What if?
cooked.
What kind of money does Buffalo have? Do you know?
Not a lot. I mean, they don't have that much to spend. They just had to they couldn't pay Tremaine Edwards, but he was expendable. And
Edmonds,
they did sign
Tremaine
re-sign Jordan
Edmonds,
Poyer.
Tremaine
Tremaine
Edmonds,
Edmonds, my bad. Tremaine Edmonds.
T.J.
Yeah.
Edwards. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, I think the Jets can definitely compete for that division. Um, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it goes farther in the division though. Like this team was 7-10. You just add a top 7 quarterback. Their
It
ceiling is
depends.
very
It
high.
depends. It depends. Like I guess it's dependent on every team, but it's majority of rookie and young players. So I'm a little less dependable. Got to see what they got to do. I'm also curious to see what this wide receiver
Sauce
group should
came
look like.
Sauce came in. Sauce came in was a top 2 corner in the league. Brees Hall was a top 10 running back last year when he
I
was
got you, but
healthy.
Brees Hall's coming off an ACL.
Garrett Wilson is
Hold
going to
on,
be
Brees
elite.
Hall, Brees Hall's coming off an ACL. I think the one thing that's going to hurt them is having too many receivers. If they go out and
Too
get
many
Odell
receivers.
and Randall Cobb, if they go out and get Randall Cobb and
Now
Odell, like
listen,
Aaron Rodgers
I
keeps
think
asking
Aaron
for,
Rodgers just wanted that because he's like he wants to win one with Randall Cobb and Mercedes Lewis. You know, get them signed so they can be in the league, get them signed, and then get them some success as
I
well.
mean,
I don't think they're gonna
according to you
play.
though,
They're not gonna play,
according to
bro.
you, yeah, according to you, Mercedes Lewis will never see the field because CJ Uzama is like an All Pro tight
Shit,
end type thing.
don't sleep on CJ Uzama, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, Aaron Rodgers,
He's an All Pro
CJ
apparently.
Uzama's going, bro. Aaron Rodgers will make CJ Uzama, bro. He had Robert Tyrant as a Pro Bowler, bro. Let's be honest. Come on now, Aaron Rodgers had Robert Tyrant as a Pro Bowler.
That's,
Let's be honest.
I'm just saying like there are a lot of tight ends who could fit that role in the same thing. Like it's not him being a great tight end. I think it's Aaron Rodgers being able to throw him the football. So if he's open, he's going to get the football. I'm just saying I don't think CJ Uzama in that conversation was. Oh, he's got so many good receivers. CJ Uzama. Yeah, I think you even said before Garrett Wilson. It was beyond blasphemous.
Bro, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore is still talented. I don't know if he's a
So that's I don't know Elijah Moore, but Elijah Moore's that's gonna like maybe they get rid of Corey Davis. But remember when Elijah Moore like wanted to
no
he requested a
Corey Davis
trade?
gone. Corey Davis gone. I got Alan Lazard.
I was gonna say
They
I
just
was
signed
gonna
Alan
say
Lazard.
because like what you got Braxton Berrios, you got Corey Davis, you
Bye.
have
Bye.
they're
See
on
ya.
the Braxton Berrios isn't a free agent, I don't think.
Cut. Trade. Something. Bye. We don't
I'm just
need you.
saying, man.
Sorry. Come on now. It's a new sheriff in town. Aaron Rodgers is in town, and we ready to win the Super Bowl. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, he has a 2-year window to do it, and they obviously need to upgrade their offensive line. It depends. People are saying that Aaron Rodgers is going to go for 2 first-round picks. I doubt it. The Jets have all the leverage. He wants to play for the Jets. The Packers have to trade him because it's like if y'all don't trade him, I got to pay him $60 million. So he wants to play for the Jets. Y'all say y'all don't want him on the team. So what makes y'all think y'all getting a first round pick for him? Y'all have no leverage at all. He wants to go play there. You have to trade him. So if I'm the Jets, I'll give you a third. I'll give you a second. But like 2 firsts is crazy. 3 firsts is crazy. That's not happening. 1 first, and if it's a first, it's not this year because the Jets have the 13th pick. And I think they should go O-line right there. There's no way they're getting a higher premium pick for Aaron Rodgers if he doesn't even want to play on the team, and y'all don't want him to play on the team as well. So I don't get that
I
part.
I guess I would be surprised if it was just a third. I
Yeah,
think it's gonna have to be
Russell
something.
Wilson went for Russell Wilson went for like 2 or 3 firsts, but like 3 firsts. But the thing is like
Yeah.
that. It's like first of all, the Broncos are idiots. 1, 2.
But
Uh,
it was a bidding war. It was a bidding war. You're right. It's a bidding war. Multiple teams wanted him.
yeah, and it's like, and it wasn't a team that he wanted to play. Oh, first of all, he wasn't getting paid.
Yeah.
First of all, he wasn't 40. First of all, he was not 40. Second of all,
Rodgers at 40.
he's 39.
Oh, I didn't know he's that old. Shit.
Yeah, right. So he wasn't 40 years old. It wasn't a team like, oh, I want to just go there. And then the Seahawks were like open to him coming back. The what's the team? The Packers are not open to him coming back. They want him off the team. They're trying to
Yeah,
go
like
ahead.
they could have kept him. They could have
And
traded
then
him to another team like the
people
Broncos.
reference
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford. People reference Matthew Stafford. I think he went for 2 firsts. Like
Yeah, no,
I
I
feel
mean it
like
makes sense. He's 40 years old. There's no other
yeah,
place to go to. Like I get it. Like they do have all the leverage. I do still think you probably get a first and maybe a player. Like I think you just get an elevated Ramsey trade. You know what I mean?
yeah. All
So
right. I think that's enough about the Jets though. I'm
so I guess
very happy
give
though.
it give it
But
a letter grade. Give it a letter grade. What are we giving it?
I gotta wait to see the trade package first. But
Oh, that's fair.
for the Jets, A obviously.
But as a move, as a not a trade
As an
package,
A
as a move.
for A for both teams, I think as a Packers fan, you're all you can do is move them. It's time to. It's good that you drafted investment a couple years early. Even though Aaron Rodgers felt that was disrespectful, it's good that you drafted a year an investment a couple years early instead of a couple of years too late. So that's always good to
Do you
do as
think what he said
a
about?
franchise.
Do you think what he said about Jordan Love was genuine, or he's just saying that because he's on
What do
the
you
way
say?
out?
I didn't
Like
hear that part.
he said, like whatever. Jordan How's like a hell of a player. Like he's gonna be fucking good in this league.
I think Jordan Love has some potential. We saw him against the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are one of those teams. He came in and played well. So I
But I'm
think
saying,
Jordan
do you think
Love.
what he said is like? I'm not saying if he's gonna be good or not. Do you think what Rodgers said is genuine, or he's just saying that shit on the way out? Just
No,
trying
no, no, no,
like.
no, no, no. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the type of person. I feel like even though he's an asshole, I think he's very like transparent. So if he didn't like
So
him, he
what do
wouldn't have
you
said that.
what do you think about Zach Wilson? What's Zach Wilson gonna do here? Because everybody said any
I think
veteran
it's a good.
quarterback who
This
comes
is a good
in, he's gonna.
situation from. I saw that quote. That quote is you're not making it hell for Aaron Rodgers.
No, but that was a while. No, no, that
I
was a
know it was a
while
while
ago.
ago.
Yeah,
I know it was a
yeah,
while ago, but I think it's also very good for Zach Wilson. You could just sit behind. That's his idol. You know, Aaron Rodgers is his idol. You could just sit
no, I didn't
behind
know that.
him, and you didn't know that. You didn't know that.
No,
No, he's idolized him growing up. So I think
that's
sitting behind Aaron Rodgers.
he'll be respectful. I think, like you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
actually listen.
Sitting behind Aaron Rodgers is like, um, it's like he'll learn from him. You can teach us a
I mean,
lot. So,
yeah,
it's good. Maybe sit him down for a year or 2 years, and he can probably like benefit from. And Zach Wilson, even though as bad as he looked, he has a little bit of potential left as well. He's still young, so learning behind Aaron Rodgers would be good for him.
yeah.
But
Okay.
we're gonna grade all major free agency moves up until this point. So first we're going to start with Tremaine Edmonds. The Bears gave him 4 years, 172 million, at 50 million guaranteed. So what would you give
So
this move for the Bears?
yeah, I know we talked about it. I like Tremaine Edmonds. I'll give it a. I'll probably go B minus. Um, I do. It is frustrating. Why we didn't keep Roquan, and that's the thing. As soon as you like whatever told me that whole thing, you just watched the Theo Ash video when you talked to me because
No,
everything
I
you said,
didn't. No, I
the
didn't.
Theo Ash video, but it
I
was just
mean,
coincidence. The
it's
Theo
like
Ash video covered everything, but like
what you
I
mean?
get it. Like
What the old ass
when
video?
when
You
we
talking
talked
about
about
Roquan Smith?
Roquan Smith, when
I
we
mean,
talked,
I feel like
it was about Tremaine Edmonds. It was about Tremaine Edmonds. It
yeah.
was literally right after you got off the phone with me. We were talking about it, and exactly it popped. I was like, what the fuck? Um, at the end of the day, I like Tremaine Edmonds. I think he'll help out our defense, but I do agree, like why we traded Roquan Smith basically for Chase Claypool. Like, I don't get why we didn't just pay Roquan the money. And I get it; it's a little bit less, right? Like Roquan went for I think 25 million more, but I guess for the price and
It was
everything,
100 million, but he only got it was
no, he got like
100 million, but it was
60.
like 40 million guaranteed, 45 million guaranteed,
I thought
and
it was more. I thought it was more than that
it was
because I
100
know
million.
we paid Tremaine was it 75 and 50 guaranteed.
4 years, 170, 4 years, 72. But it was 50 guaranteed. He has
Okay.
more guaranteed money than Roquan Smith. So yeah, he has more guaranteed money than Roquan Smith. So I'm gonna give the Tremaine Edmonds grade C minus. I didn't like it because we obviously didn't pay Roquan Smith, and we obviously didn't pay Roquan Smith. So it's like if we're gonna spend big money at linebacker, we might as well get one of the best linebackers in the NFL. He was an All Pro this year. He changed the Ravens defense drastically. So if you're gonna spend this type of money on a linebacker, it might as well have been someone that was already on the team. And then you trade the well, they didn't they still have that pick, but they still basically
I thought that was the
traded for
second round pick.
Claypool.
I thought that was the pick that basically went to
No, it
Claypool.
wasn't.
But yeah, at the end of the day, like I don't know why. Yeah, I mean
I mean,
Roquan is an All
he's a lot
Pro.
better. He's a lot better than Tremaine Edmonds. Like Roquan Smith went to the
But that's
Ravens
what I'm
and
saying.
changed around that defense
The way
drastically. He's
the
all
way I'm
pro.
looking at it though is that move is done. What are we doing now? I don't hate the Tremaine Edmonds side. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That move in
my
the
grade was a
past.
C minus. My grade was a C minus for the Tremaine Edmonds trade though. I don't like it. It was lower at first. I think I had it at F. To be honest, like it didn't make sense to me at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we have no linebackers. We had
They got
Jack
David Long now.
Sanborn.
I mean, no, they don't. They got
No, he
they
went
don't
to
got David
Miami.
Long. Yeah,
T.J.
Miami.
Edwards.
Yeah, TJ Edwards. I
Jack
like that signing.
Jack Sanborn was good last year. He had some good. I mean, he was our bright spot in our defense as far as linebacker. So he played pretty well. He'll definitely get touches this year.
Bears need to sign
Um,
some D linemen because it's looking
we
dark.
keep getting D linemen. Watch us get Jalen Carter in this draft
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice.
because Jalen Carter keeps whatever. It's after the arrest, like he was bad at his pro day. He came in heavy. Like Jalen Carter could easily slip. And I was going through this mock. This one mock had quarterback going 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, Cardinals had to trade out of that pick. Yeah, that's
Yeah. So it
realistic
had, it
though.
had them going 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 would go Tyree Wilson. The Lions
Lions
get
get. Well,
get
I saw that mock.
Will
Lions get
Anderson.
Will
God
Anderson.
at
I saw that.
6. And then it was 7 was Oakland. 8 is or 7 was Vegas. 8 is who? Who's 8?
Atlanta.
Atlanta, and then 9. So maybe they go Jalen Carter in one of those two picks. But I think
I
it
highly
had
doubt
like
that though. I think Jalen Carter. I don't know if he'll be there or not, but maybe I think either Jalen Carter or Tyree Wilson or Miles Murphy will be there at 9 for us. So for the Bears, my
I
bad.
know but I've heard the Bears the whole Paris Johnson thing. They're high on Paris Johnson. That's what I've seen on
Yeah,
like all
but
like the Instagram and stuff. But I'm just saying like all the Instagram stuff is Paris Johnson has been very, very highly recruited. We're like taking him to dinner after his pro day and stuff. Like we are very high on him just because him and Fields are actually close friends.
all
So
right.
they have chemistry with each other.
Moving on. Um, what grade would you give the Chiefs signing Jawan Taylor to 4 years, 80 million?
Hey,
You think it's A?
it's a mental thing. They basically said "fuck you" to everybody else. Like, no matter what happens, we're gonna retool. And you know what I mean? Like, I think money wise, it's the same thing. Like, why did you just keep how much Orlando Brown? How much do you think Orlando Brown's gonna be going
Atlanta
for?
Brown was asking for a crazy amount of money, so no.
So then, yeah,
He was asking
I'll
for more
give
than
it.
20 million.
I'll say B plus. Fine, B plus, A minus. Like, it was a good deal. The fact that they were able to replace him with a great tackle on the market, just plug him right in.
They're also trying to
Yeah,
get Larry Tunsil, whatever his name is.
you said that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
so
Well, yeah, they just got Shaq Mason. Houston just got Shaq Mason for like a bag of chips. So if they're trying to get rid of Tunsil, yeah, I mean KC lost what Andrew Wiley, and now they're losing Orlando Brown. So any replacements are going to be great.
so
Yeah, I like the deal.
my grade for this was also a B. I think he was one of the best linemen on the market. Obviously we lost some on the O line. So I think a lot of linemen can come into the system and be very good. Especially you don't have to be that good. You know, Mahomes will get out the pocket. You have a lot of time, and you might not have to block for that long because your receivers are going to be
Yeah,
open
but
because of the system
their
and
O
all of
lineman
that.
was, but like I get it. Mahomes played great in the Super Bowl. Not trying to discredit that. Their O line played phenomenal in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like they were able
I
to stop that
mean,
defense. So like
it was hard to get any
you
pass rush
can't.
because it was a lot of it was slipping. I'm going to keep
I
saying
get
that.
it. I get it. I get it. But at the end of the day, why didn't the offensive line slip? They're going backwards. They could have slipped.
Anyways,
I'm saying it's a two
Jimmy
sided coin,
G,
man.
Jimmy
So
G.
they
Let me
are
look
playing
at
very good. F
Jimmy
F
G.
next thing.
Hold on,
F
hold on, hold
F
on, hold on,
F
hold on, hold on,
F
hold on.
F
Jimmy G was 3 years,
F
57 million, so around 20
F
something million guarantee. I think it's like 21.
F
Um, how would
F
you grade this Jimmy G deal?
F D minus F
Yeah, I have to give it an F too. I don't. What was the point of getting cutting Derek Carr for a
makes
quarterback that
no
was worse than
sense.
him? That makes zero sense. I don't know why you
I'd say he's a worse bridge quarterback. He's a worse quarterback to learn from. Like I don't see any positives in the
Jimmy G
situation.
is so overrated in this league. Like people was like, oh, he has the highest win percentage in history. Bro, he played under Kyle Shanahan on the San Francisco 49ers with the best defense in the
And he
league
played
year
under
after year.
Bill Belichick. He
Exactly.
played under
Like
Bill Belichick beforehand.
if there is anyone in the NFL that is like the semblance of mid is Jimmy G. Like he doesn't do anything good at all.
Not
Like he's
even. He
actually
might be
mid.
worse than mid. He might
He's
be
just an
worse
average
than mid.
quarterback. No, Jimmy G's an average quarterback. Like so, giving
Yeah.
him 3 years, 67 million. I mean, it's not that much money, but I don't
I would have
understand.
seen it 1 or 2 year deal, 1 year and approved at the end, like something.
Yeah,
That's
the only way they
terrible.
can fix this is drafting Anthony Richardson at 7. That's the
Anthony
only way they can fix
Richardson,
this. That's
but
because he
I
can be
don't
a
think
bridge quarterback.
I don't think Jimmy G's a quarterback to learn from though, because Jimmy G spent so much time injured.
I think you can learn from him because he knows how to not put the ball in danger. He knows how to like just be, and that's something
The
that
only
Anthony
reason
Richardson struggles with as well. So like,
the only reason I say he'd be a good quarterback to learn from is because Jimmy G learned from Tom Brady. It's the only reason that
yeah,
you know what I mean. And
he's a
even then was a
professional. He's
long
a
time ago.
professional for sure though. He's a professional. So I think he's a good bridge quarterback for sure. But that's not their plan. If
F.
they take D line in the draft, and yeah, it's F, bro. I don't
They'll
like it.
probably take no knowing that organization. They'll probably take receiver.
It's a terrible move. And they also signed Jacoby Myers, which I don't like that either because they basically
And we'll get into it later on the episode in the Giants part. But they also
yeah.
traded away Darren Waller. So that was some turmoil and stuff inside. That might be had something to do with Josh McDaniels and Darren Waller. So
Okay, how would you grade the Javon Hargrave trade? 4 years, 84 million.
trade, you mean signing?
Signing, yeah, my
It
bad.
wasn't a trade, right? How the fuck that
Well,
happened?
hold on. How would you grade the Javon Hargrave signing? 4 years, 84 million.
I'll I'll say. I mean, A.
I gotta go A. Like the rich get even richer. Like the
Like I
defensive
don't know
line is
how they
gonna be
have the money
insane.
to do it.
I don't know
I
who's getting
saw
blocks. No one's getting stopped,
ESPN
bro.
ESPN gave him like a B, and I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't know how you give
ESPN.
him a
I
B.
don't know, man.
Like they're gonna terrorize that division. Like Geno Smith is you just paid Geno Smith, and now he's got to run from everybody. Like makes no sense how they have that much money.
Yeah, the
They
Rams don't
still
have a good
have
offensive line. The Seahawks offensive line is okay, but you can't block
it
that
was
defensive
better than
line.
expected last year. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
how I don't know how they have money. They lost Jimmy Ward, so you have to replace someone. But knowing them, they're probably gonna go out and get a guy like Chauncey Gardner Johnson. You know what I mean?
Or
But knowing
they're very good at drafting players. So I mean,
I'm just saying, like they're gonna have somehow pull money out of somewhere and get CJ Gardner Johnson and just have like this dream team defense. So when we were just talking about the Dolphins might have the best defense, I probably got to give that back to the Niners now.
what do you think about Jesse Bates? 4 years, 64 million.
I'll say B plus.
B
I like the deal.
plus.
Yeah, it's restart that. You put him with AJ Terrell coming back, trying to revitalize that defense. They need a quarterback bad. That's
Yeah,
like their big issue. But they need a
they got
defense.
Johnny
You
Smith
kind
as
of sign.
well.
They just signed Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, so it's
I
like they
see
did
that.
everything but get a quarterback. Like literally. I'll give
Yeah,
the move
they need more defensive pieces though. They
yeah.
still need more defense.
I'll give the move a B as well. I think adding him in that secondary immediately improves it. Adam Malone, AJ Terrell is very good, but they'll compete, win like 6 or 7
For sure.
games in
Especially in that
weak ass
division.
division. Yeah,
In that division,
NFC
yeah,
South is
they'll
bad.
compete.
So I think who they signed at quarterback? Taylor Heineke.
I
Yeah.
like okay. That's the thing.
No, stop,
Hold on,
Max, stop.
stop. Taylor Heineke is a better signing than Andy Dalton. It's a better signing than Jacoby Brissett.
No, he's
It's a
not.
better
No, it's
signing.
not.
It's a
No, it's
better
not.
signing than Jimmy
Jacoby Brissett
Garoppolo.
was good on the Browns. What are you talking about? Jacoby Brissett is a better signing. Is a better signing than fucking Taylor Heineke. Like, let's be honest, bro.
Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke is not good at football, bro. Respectfully, he's not.
How would you
Yeah.
even know? Like, dude didn't even like when he played. He was good.
Don't say I didn't watch. I
They
didn't watch
didn't
the rest
play
of the
him.
games. Huh?
They literally put Carson Wentz in all the
He
games.
played last year. He beat the
Carson.
he beat the Packers. I watched the game. Well, he didn't. I don't know if they beat us, but he was killing the Packers. I watched that game,
Carson
bro.
Wentz. Carson Wentz.
Oh, Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, he beat the Packers.
Yeah, he beat
Yes.
the Packers. I
Are
watched
you
him.
saying he's good or bad?
Terrible. He's not good
Oh
at football.
no. Yeah, that's not true.
All right, we're moving on to big deal or no big deal. Is this a big deal? The Cowboys traded for Stephon Gilmore. Didn't get Jalen Ramsey and traded. It's not a big deal.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't get the hype around the Cowboys every year.
What do you mean?
They have a cool
Bro,
They have a
they
cool
have
defense.
a top three CB tandem now. That's a very big deal. How's it not a big deal, Max? Like, how's it not a big deal?
I don't believe in the Cowboys hype. I don't get the Cowboys hype.
Stephon Gilmore is a CB2. The defense would be
Um,
elite.
what are we talking about? Like a top five defense or like that?
It's gonna be
Like
top five for sure.
I'm just saying. Like, are we saying big deal as far as them winning a Super Bowl? Because they're not.
They can contend this year. I believe.
No,
Yes, they
they
can. I
can't.
think the Cowboys can contend this year. We'll be
We
honest.
talked about
If
this.
they
The
if
same
they get a
narrative is
number
going to
if they get a
continue.
number 2 wide receiver, they're gonna be dangerous, bro.
The
They just
same.
they kept Pollard. I don't know what's gonna happen with Dalton Schultz. He's probably gonna be somewhere else. But they finally got rid of Zeke trash ass, and so now they
How I don't get how you believe in Dallas, but you don't believe in Miami.
Dak Prescott's better than Tua. I'm just saying, bro.
No,
What? Dak Prescott not better than
no.
Tua? Dak Prescott's not better than Tua, bro. Yes, he is.
Brock Purdy showed he was better than Dak Prescott,
No,
and
he's
Tua is better
not.
than Brock
No,
Purdy.
he's not. Bro, stop saying that shit. Dak Prescott's not better than Dak. Bro, stop, bro.
Dak's so ass.
Stop, bro.
Dak's so
Is
ass.
bad, but Tua is, bro. Come on, let's be honest. Like in a
No.
good year, bro. In a
Were
good
you
year,
watching the games? Were
I
you
watch the
watching the
games.
games?
I
Were
watch the
you watching the
games. I
game?
watch the
Did
games.
you
I watch the
like? Are you
games. Dak
watching?
Prescott's
Are
still
you
better than Tua.
watching?
Dak Prescott's still better than Tua, though. He's still better than Tua in my eyes. No,
No,
I think the Cowboys. That's a very big deal for the Cowboys. They can contend for sure. They can
nope.
contend this year. Like this team,
This
the
is what I
team
hate
got.
about Cowboys. I'm not saying you were a Cowboy fan. That's what I hate about Cowboy fans in general. It's because every year they do something like get Stephon Gilmore. I'm not saying
This
he's
that
washed or whatever,
when is the last
but
time they get this? Like getting stuff like getting
every
a CB
every year
two.
they every
That
year they
secondary
do
is going to be
something.
elite.
Every year they do something. They trade for Amari Cooper. They get this
They just
guy.
re-signed
They
Cedric
do it.
Wilson too.
I'm just saying it doesn't matter. Like the Cowboys always something changes, but nothing actually changes. They get Mike McCarthy. That's gonna be so. No, it's not.
No, they need to get rid of
Like
him. He sucks.
the Cowboys are
Um,
not good. The Cowboys are some of the biggest frauds ever.
I think the Cowboys can actually contend this year. Well, with this, their defense is about to be amazing. As long as they get a CB2, they'll be fine. Tony Pollard and then get a running back too, because I don't think Tony Pollard should be a running
That
back. I
okay.
mean,
I believe in. I believe. I think three players are like good on their team. Tony Pollard, I think, is a good for his position. CeeDee Lamb's great. Micah Parsons is great. Trayvon Diggs, he scares me sometimes, but I like Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs is one of the best cornerbacks in the league. They have a top 3 like secondary right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm,
Very big deal.
no,
Um
probably Houston. Houston's got the best secondary in the league for me.
anyways. Um Giants trade for Darren Waller. Is that a big deal?
Uh, as what are we talking? I mean, yes, I'll say yes a little bit. No,
Is it?
I like it doesn't change the team. Like the Giants are still the Giants.
She didn't move me at
Like
all. It didn't move
it's
me at all.
cool. Like
As long as
again,
Daniel Jones
it's
is your
Daniel. I
quarterback, as
don't. I'm
long
I'm
as
not
Daniel
thinking
Jones is
Daniel
your
Jones is gonna
quarterback,
do
bro,
anything.
respectfully. And Dan Waller
I
can't
like
stay on the
Darren
field.
Waller.
Dan
I
Waller
like
can't stay on
Darren
the
Waller
field.
a lot. I like Darren Waller a lot though. If they got like if they got D Hop, they would have my like not the best, but they probably have my favorite 1, 2, 3 in the league. I would love D Hop, Darren Waller, and Saquon. That'd be so much fun to watch. But
Yeah. Yeah, that would
I'm
be
like,
good.
yeah, it's I don't. I mean, they're not gonna win. So if it's a big deal for 2 more wins, cool. But you're not gonna win the Super Bowl
Jacoby Myers to the Raiders, is that a big deal?
next.
Nah, that's not a big deal. We're gonna go right
Yeah,
through that. Al
it's
Lazard
big.
to
It's big. It's big only because they traded Darren Waller afterwards. Like I was like, why did they trade him when they had him, and then they trade him? Okay,
yeah,
that makes
that was
sense.
an idiot
So
move, bro. Like, I mean, he was the best wide receiver on the market, but it's like you just traded basically Darren Waller for Jacoby Myers, and it's like
yeah,
ass.
it doesn't move me. It doesn't move me.
Al Lazard to the Jets. I think it's a big deal because Aaron Rodgers has
It's a
somebody
big deal
he's
because
comfortable with,
yeah, it's a big deal.
you know.
It's a big deal because it pulls Aaron Rodgers, and it actually is. It's more of a deep threat. Like I want Garrett Wilson running all my
He's a red
routes,
zone
and I just
threat.
want
He's a red zone
yeah,
threat, I'll say.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he's a big body. He's a good wide receiver 3. I also think that having someone that's familiar with um Hackett offense, someone that's familiar with Aaron Rodgers is very important for this team. So yeah,
Oh,
I think
that's
that's
true.
very
Hackett
good.
is
Yeah, Hackett is
yeah,
OC.
Hackett is there too. Yeah.
Yep. So and then our last big deal, no big deal, which one we probably talk about extensively, is the Eagles losing core pieces from the Super Bowl run last year. They lost they're probably gonna lose CD Gardner Johnson, CJ Gardner Johnson. Probably gonna lose. Well, they already lost Derek Slay.
Release Slay.
They
Yeah.
released Slay. They lost
We
TJ
sh-
Edwards. They
we'll talk
lost
we'll talk about that after we'll talk about that after this. But I want to hear what you like about Slay, where you want him to go. We'll talk about that after this. Just
okay.
quickly before we
Yeah,
jump in
I
it.
think it's a big
Before we
deal.
jump in
This is a
before
very
we
big
jump in
deal.
NCAA.
This is a very big deal for me. I know I've heard some Eagles fans, talked to some Eagles fans. They do have a lot of depth on defense. Still got N'Kobe Dean. They got Jordan Davis. I
They're
think
young. It's young depth.
yeah,
It's
yep.
just very young.
I think they still got Marcus Epps, if I'm not
But
mistaken. Yeah, so I mean,
I don't know.
as long as I think I like Nakobe Dean. I'm a fan of Nakobe Dean. He's gonna be a beast.
I like Jordan Davis.
Coming into the draft, people saying he's undersized, but in limited playing time last year, I think he showed a lot of great flashes. I like Nakobe Dean. I think he'll be good for this team. Jordan Davis, I'm not too high on him. He's a beast, but I mean, it's like how many downs can he really play for you? He has issues with his like
Stamina.
stamina. Yes, so I don't not too high on him. But I think it's the secondary is gonna be cooked if they lose CJ Gardner Johnson. Like it might be bad. So I think the offense is still gonna be pretty lethal because Jalen Hurts just signed Rashad Penny. That's very good. He's one of the most efficient
Yeah,
runners
that
in the
he's
NFL.
him and they do by committee normally, especially
Yep. Next to
especially
like
with
Kenneth Gainwell.
Hurt. You know what I mean? Because Hurt's gonna run the football a lot too. So I
Yep.
think Penny, Hurts, and Gainwell is actually not bad. Like a
Still, I,
lot.
I think they're still gonna be the team to beat in the NFC probably unless Trey
A
Lance.
team, not the team. A team.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's the team.
they're not the team. They're not the best team in the
Mm.
NFC right now.
The NFC is pretty weak, but I might give it to uh
San Francisco.
yeah, but the quarterback is just
I mean,
scary. Yeah,
if
it's
Trey
like
Lance comes in and be that guy, I'm not gonna lie, the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. But I
100%.
mean, so the Eagles, they're obviously gonna draft. They signed Bradbury though. Still got him. They got a 10th pick in the draft. Probably gonna go Joey Porter Jr. That's where I would go. So they might be good. They might be good. They're gonna be good. But I think it's a big deal though. Losing your OC, your DC. Um, it's gonna be a big prove year again for Jalen Hurts. I think he needs to establish himself again this year. 1 year doesn't move me. So he played well in the Super Bowl, but I think it's a big deal for them losing all these pieces and an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator as well. What you think, Max? Is that a big deal? Losing all these pieces. Oh,
I
they,
mean,
they
it has
lost
to be.
Javon Hargrave as well. You know,
It has to be a big deal. Like it just puts more pressure on their offense to score points
yep.
when last year they could rely on their defense to make stops.
Not getting these short fields as much probably. It's gonna be tough for them, I think. But I think they're still the best team in the NFC because of the lack of quarterback for the 49ers.
There's just no one in the NFC to compete with them. Like I just don't think it's very, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one in the NFC South, no one in our maybe. I
I
mean,
think
the
Dallas
Lions
I
aren't
think
going to do
Dallas
it.
can compete with them next year. But you're not high
Mm,
on Dallas, so
nope.
all right. I think college basketball March Madness starts tomorrow. Tomorrow, that's the first four in. I mean last four
Last
in.
no no last four in happened yesterday and today.
Okay, I didn't catch those games. So the
Tomorrow
tournament
tomorrow's the start of the tournament.
March Madness tournament starts tomorrow. We're gonna start off, a whole breakdown of March Madness. For this episode, who are your favorites to win the tournament? March Madness.
I mean, it's pretty basic. My top two right now are probably Houston and Alabama.
Okay, I'll go with the
But
one seeds. Nice.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said it's pretty
You
chalk.
know, you know the last five
I really
NCAA tournaments, the one seed one or one seed one.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah. I do really like Texas. Texas has depth. Texas has overcome a lot of adversity this year. Obviously with Chris
Oh,
Beard leaving, I like Texas.
my bad, bro. We forgot trade deadline winners losers. Since we didn't go all the way into that, I wanted that to be a segment, especially for TikTok. So we got to go back to that. My bad. We got to go back to that just for a second. Who are your trade
Are you
deadline?
are you gonna cut that out or no?
No, no, we don't need to cut that out. Not at
I
all.
don't know if you can cut that out.
Trade deadline winners and losers. Who are your winners? Give me like two or how many you
All
want
right,
to.
we trade that. You mean
Not
free
traded, free
agency?
agency, free agency. My bad. Not traded. Jeez, I'm all out of it today, bro. Free agency winners and losers.
I mean, your biggest loser has it's got to be the Eagles.
The Eagles, they weren't on that. They're not on my
Ooh,
list.
no, the biggest loser is the Bills.
The
Um,
Bills.
the Bills are probably I'd say the Bills, the Eagles. Um, my winners would you have to be the Jets. I like what the Lions did. The Lions might be one of my biggest winners. They added a cornerback, added Montgomery, added another linebacker, um, and they also got Aaron Rodgers out of the division, so they might have catapulted themselves to the best team in the division.
My losers are the Raiders. You got a worse quarterback than Derek Carr. You don't have any cap space. You didn't address the defense at all. So I mean, what are you doing? You didn't trust your secondary at all. One of my losers. I think the Saints are losers. We lost Marcus Davenport, Shy Tuttle, Kaden Ellis. Had to restructure so many contracts. Stay under the cap. I mean, even
Because
Derek
I
Carr.
mean, they just set themselves up for failure, though.
Yeah, they're in cap hell. The Saints are going to be mid for a long time. They're going to win a division, but they're not going to go anywhere farther than that. So the Saints are a loser at the in free agency. My winners, I have a couple. Got the Bears are winners. They got the ninth pick along with DJ Moore. Um,
They're an
was
F trade for Tremaine Edmonds. We're winners.
yeah. That I don't think that's just they got a lot for that first round pick. They got DJ Moore. They set up. They're going all in
100%.
on
I agree.
Justin Fields. So I think they're winners. They're definitely winners. They're investing in Justin Fields. They're winners for me. The Broncos are winners. They signed two offensive linemen to huge contracts to help protect Russell Wilson, who are also they're like run blocking O linemen. So the Broncos are winners for me. The Dolphins are winners for me, obviously. Um, David Long, Jalen Ramsey, defense is gonna be elite next year. Yeah, so they're gonna be winners for me. Resign Raheem Mostert, who
The
is in
Jets.
spurts. Where yeah, the Jets are obviously winners. Jets are winners because they got Aaron Rodgers. That's all. That's all you need to say. They just put themselves in championship competition. The Cowboys are winners for me. Getting a CB2 is amazing.
Nah, not
That's
winners.
amazing. They're definitely winners.
So who's
Um,
who's the biggest losers? Give me two, three.
the biggest losers I have is the Raiders. The biggest one, the Bengals are losers. You just lost Von Bell. You lost Jesse Bates.
Where Von Bell go again?
I forgot.
I saw this.
I think the Panthers, or
Panthers sounds familiar.
I think it was either Panthers or Falcons. I forgot.
Not the Falcons.
So the Raiders are
Panthers. Yeah,
losers.
Panthers.
Yep, Panthers. So the Raiders are losers. The Saints are losers. I have a lot of winners though. I think not a lot.
Yeah, I think I
I think
think
the
the Bills.
Vikings.
The Bills.
I
The
think
Bills are. Oh, no, I thought the Vikings were. They got Byron Murphy and Marcus Davenport. I thought their offense was in
no. I
shambles.
wasn't gonna say they were losers.
Um,
I was gonna say. I mean, it was kind of up and down for them. I think they're kind of in the middle. I mean, you got to cut
100%.
a lot of your players.
Yeah, they. I think they were very mid. I
Chargers didn't
thought
do
it was bad.
much.
I thought it was bad when they cut everyone and they started who they let go of. Yeah, they let go of Dalvin Tomlinson. They let go. You know what I mean? They
Yep.
let go like just Michael Kendricks, but then they re-signed with getting Marcus Davenport and Byron Murphy.
The Chargers didn't do much at
They
all.
let's see what they do. We'll see what they do with that, Claire. They
Yeah,
might get
Eckler's
worse.
yeah, it probably will get worse. Is any teams you can think about that are losers or winners? Hmm. Just trying to think real quickly.
Yeah, no, we're good. We can hop back in NCAA. It was kind of a weird delayed topic.
All right. Back into the March Madness favorites. You said
Yeah,
you
so
had
let me. So I said Alabama, Houston is chalk.
okay.
That's how it is. I like those two one seeds over the other two. Not to say Kansas is not a great team. I think they got a tough draw. Kansas got tough teams in their region that I think could upset them. Um, as far as two seeds, uh, I'm not a fan of Arizona just because they have to go up against Bama. Not a fan of Marquette at all. UCLA can make some noise, but my favorite two seed is Texas. As I said, I think Texas, with the adversity they overcame with losing Chris Beard,
I
still
agree
being a
with
good
that. I
team,
agree with that.
beating Kansas in the Big 12 championship. I could see them making noise. Three seeds, you got Xavier, Baylor, K State, and Gonzaga. I think this is the worst of the top four seeds. Three seed wise, not super confident in any. Baylor, I think will go out early. Xavier, I think will go out early. If I had to put confidence in any of them, I'd probably say it's Gonzaga, but they have a lot of tough teams. I have them potentially facing TCU in that next round, and then UCLA in the third. That's a pretty tough path. K State, we'll talk about this later. That whole Kentucky, Providence, K State, Michigan State, USC, Marquette. I think that's a whole. That's going to be like a. I think that'll be a mess. I could see anywhere from Marquette being chalk and going all the way through to Providence winning two games and Bryce Hopkins, which we'll get into later about our players to watch out for the tournament. Um, yeah, so I think as far as that, my low seeds that I think no, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I think my favorites, if I had to pick like three, I won't pick two ones. So I'd say my favorites would probably have to be I'll go two ones. Alabama, Houston, and Texas. Those are my top three.
My favorites are I also have Alabama as well. I think that's another team that went through adversity. The whole Brandon Miller situation, the whole
Yeah, 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 100%.
I forgot how to do name, but the whole shooting situation, all of that stuff they've been through. They're battle tested. They're in the SEC. Brandon Miller has been arguably the best player in college basketball the entire season. So I think they're battle tested. I think they've seen a lot of good teams. I think their bracket is pretty like they're better than a lot of the teams in like all the teams in the bracket. I think they can beat them. I don't see any of their teams in the bracket beating them. And then Kansas. I think Kansas is experience. Jalen Wilson has been he's a first team all pro. I love Jalen Wilson. I think he's gonna help a team immediately in I think he's gonna help a team
All
immediately.
American, All
Oh,
American,
yeah,
All
All American.
American.
All American. He's a first team All American. I like Jalen Wilson a lot. I think he's gonna be very good for a playoff team in the NBA.
Yeah, I think it could be a good for
So
somebody that
Kansas, I
confidence.
think they should be a favorite to repeat. I think they're one seed in this in a tournament. Um, I also don't think like looking at. Let me go to my bracket real quick, real fast, because I gotta look at these regions. Let's see who I have to play. I think the hardest matchup is going to be Gonzaga because UCLA does not have Jalen Clark. So I mean, he's out for the season. I think we'll talk about another player I have looking up step up later for UCLA. But I mean, they'll play St. Mary's. They've been good this year, but they're not beating Kansas. They'll play um, Howard. That's an easy matchup. Now Arkansas is gonna be a tough game. Nick Smith and see,
So
I have them losing. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to Arkansas. Now that like Nick Smith, Anthony Black, um, what's his name?
Jordan Walsh.
Jordan Walsh. Arkansas is a tough team to beat. They're very good on defense, very good at rebounding, very good at competing for 48 minutes. They have the scoring production, but Kansas obviously the favorite. But I wouldn't be surprised if they lost in a round of 32 to Arkansas. I mean,
Arkansas versus top 25 is scary. This is what we'll go into our sleeper team next because this leads perfectly right into it. Arkansas, they're 2-8 versus top 25. Not great, but they dealt with injuries
so
all year,
let's get into our sleeper teams. Is Arkansas one of our sleeper teams?
100%. I have Arkansas going to my Elite Eight. I think Arkansas is a good team. I think Arkansas, led by Nick Smith, I think they could easily make a run in March. When you look past beating Kansas,
I mean, because
I
they
think
were really good in the beginning of the season until Nick Smith got injured. They were really good.
yeah, I think they can compete. If they can compete with Kansas and beat them, they can definitely compete with UConn. They can definitely compete with UCLA. I'm very, very, very high on Arkansas. At the same time, I could see Illinois winning the first round.
That's
I
not
don't think they
happening.
will. So I think Arkansas is very good. Um, yeah, if I'm Kansas, like you're a good team, but like just pissed off that they gave me that draw. It's a rough draw. Um, but
Any
going
other
further
sleepers that you
on,
have? You got any other
yeah,
sleepers? Go ahead.
pretty basic one. Creighton, um, Creighton had their whatever. Creighton's I think getting a lot of love by a lot of different teams or a lot of different people. Um, they're whatever. They started the season as a top 10 team, I think. Went through a little cold streak. Cole is now injured. He's healthy again, so it just looks better and better for him. Um, yeah, I think they could really. I think they could go. Especially Arizona's the one team that scares me. I think they can beat Baylor. I think they can beat Arizona. I think that they could make some noise. The last one is Utah State. Utah State plays good defense. Um, I think that they're not getting talked about as much as they should be. I'm not a big fan of these 5-12 matchup upsets everyone's talking about. I don't really care about any of them. I think that we should look farther. We should look more at these 7, 8, 9, 10s. I think they could be making some more noise of Utah State. Obviously, I'll throw my guys at Michigan State up there because I have to.
You don't have
Because
to,
I
Max. I
think
promise you, you don't have to. I promise you don't have
that's
to.
the thing, though. I'm not like
I got
there's
them on.
no
I got
one
them in the Sweet 16 actually though. One of my
there's no one in
brackets.
that there's no one in that area that scares me. I'm not like
Yeah, you can be
I think
Marquette.
Marquette's not.
Yeah,
I
I can
don't
be
think
Marquette.
Marquette's that good. K-State had a rough part at the end of the season. I have K-State going far in one of my brackets. I do think they're a good team. I like Keontae Johnson a lot. But like no one really, I don't get really scared by many teams in this bracket. That's why I think it's an absolute shit show. I think that anyone can come out of it though. Like I'm not scared, but at the end of the day, I could see Providence, I could see Kentucky, I could see K State, I could see Michigan State, I could see Marquette. Um, I think that's going to be a tough one to pick, and I think that's a lot of things. I think first round, I don't have many upsets. I'm kind of not really believing much of the hype, but as it goes forward, I think a lot of these 2 and 3 seeds are going to go down. And then the 1 seeds, I think a lot of these 8 9s are going to be tough matchups.
Okay, so for my sleepers, I got three of them. Kansas State. Marquise Noel is one of my favorite players in the country. I've been watching him since Jelly Fam. He's one of the best guards in the country in guard play, along with Keontae Johnson, is what wins you games in this NCAA tournament. So I have Kansas State in my Elite Eight in my bracket. I think they can go very far. I believe in this team. They've been battle tested throughout the year. They played in the hard Big 12. So Kansas State is for obvious reasons is one of my sleeper teams. Duke. Duke is one of like they started.
They're not stop. They're not a sleeper. They're not a sleeper.
They're a
They're not
five
a
seed. How
sleeper
did not a sleeper team? How
because
did
they're
not a sleeper team?
underseeded. They won 15 in a row. I
No,
agree.
no, they
I
haven't
think
won. They
I
didn't win
have
15
Duke
in a
and
row. They
yes,
didn't win 15 in a row. They won
check it
14 in a
out.
row
They
at
won
home. At home, 14 in a row at home. They lost on
I'm not gonna
they lost in February 11th, 69-62 to Virginia. They didn't. They're not
hold on,
15
hold
in a
on. So how many in a row are there?
row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. 1,
All right.
2, 3,
Regardless,
4, 5, 6, 7,
wait,
8, 9. So that's what I'm saying. So
is
that's
that
my
including
hope.
the tournament or is that including the tournament or no?
Oh no. So including the
That,
tournament, how much is it?
I think that's right around. Let me make
No, the
sure.
last game they played was March 11th. No, that's not including the tournament. It's not including the tournament. They lost right before the tournament on to UVA. 69-62 in
One,
OT.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they lost right before the tournament. So
Okay,
9
so
straight,
that's my
winning the
whole point.
ACC
That's my whole
tournament.
point. Duke is coming to
They're
this
not a
tournament.
sleeper. They're
Duke
not
is
a
making the
sleeper.
Final Four. Duke is making
I
the
think they
Final
have.
Four. When you
Yes, I had them in the
Duke
final four for all my
Duke
brackets.
Duke is making the Final Four. This bracket,
Yes.
it's no one beating them here. Purdue's not beating them. I'm sorry. If any team,
No, I
if
think
any
they have the
team
best. Vegas gave them the best odds.
to make what Final Four,
Yeah,
this I don't know, man.
like,
I,
like
this is my
no,
sleeper
like I
team
think
though. Duke is my sleeper team. Respectfully, that's my sleeper
that's
team.
not a sleep. That's not a
Not,
sleeper team.
how they're
That's
not
not
a
a
sleeper
sleeper
team?
team.
There's
It's
bro,
like
how they
saying Tech
not?
is my sleeper team. No, that's not a sleeper team.
They're a 2 seed.
Dude, they're a
This team could
five
have been a
seed.
4 seed. This team could have really been a
You
four
picked a
seed.
3 and a 5, man.
Is Kansas State not? Is Kansas State not a sleeper team?
Man, you don't have to. You don't have to like. You don't have to show you're a casual that much, man. You don't have to show
Is
you're a
Kansas
casual.
is Kansas State a
You don't
sleeper
have to
team?
show
Yes or
you're a
no?
casual.
Is Kansas State a sleeper team?
Yeah, they're underrated. They're more of a sleeper team than Duke is. They're more of a sleeper team than Duke is.
I mean, Duke. The
Yes,
whole narrative before the season started was that the ACC wasn't that good,
but no one's
and
talking about it anymore because
what I'm
Miami's
saying though,
good.
I think Duke is still a
You
sleeper
could say,
team.
nah, Miami's good. A lot of people like Pitt. Like they're getting their love. The only person that's not is NC State. Only person that's not getting love is NC
I got
State. They
NC
got a
State
tough
winning.
team against
I got
Creighton.
NC State winning the
I
game. I
think
got NC State winning the
I do
game.
agree. I think everyone's trying to hype up this Oral Roberts Duke matchup. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
don't
be a
think it's even
blowout.
close.
Also, my last sleeper team is Baylor. Now, that's Baylor not a sleeper team. Is Baylor not a sleeper team? Like, aren't they like a where are they? What seed are they?
3,
Are they a 3 seed?
3.
How
I
many people?
picked an 8.
They're three. They're
I picked
three.
an 8-6. I picked an 8-6 and a 10. You picked a 3-3 and a 5. Do some more
Who?
research, man.
How
Do
many
some more
people?
research.
How many people
Do
are?
some more research.
How many people
Do some more research.
how many people are expecting them to win?
Uh,
Nobody.
because their defense sucks. The
Nobody
only reason
expecting
why
them to win.
the only reason they're gonna win is because they have Keontae George.
I'll get into that later.
Yeah, exactly. It's the only reason why
I
he's
will
gonna
get
win.
into that later. You know, I'm very high on Keontae George. But I mean, I don't know. I don't see like sleeper
I think
teams.
I
Utah State is
I'm not
not
gonna
going
lie.
anywhere.
Hold on. I can see Baylor getting upset in the first round to the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Yes,
Stop. Come
yes.
on, bro. Who did you
Like
pick?
it.
Okay, so you want me to pick one like that's not a high seed. Memphis is
Uh-huh.
obviously a sleeper team. Memphis is a sleeper team. Well,
I would consider that more of a sleeper team than anyone else you said.
I mean, you know, one the
I said Arkansas. I said a 6, an 8, and a 10.
I mean the Arkansas is they're 8 seed or 6 seed.
8.
I mean, but they're a good team though. Like, come on now, let's be honest. They 8 seed because they
I do.
bro. Duke had missed a whole bunch
Duke's
of
a,
games with Duke missed a whole bunch of games with Derek Lively, bro. Like, I
not
mean,
the
not Derek
same,
Lively.
man. Not the
Duke right with
not the
Derek go
same.
ahead.
Not the
Duke is
same, man.
definitely a
No,
sleeper
it's
team.
cool. If those are your sleepers, that's cool, man.
Those are my
And like we
sleepers.
said,
I'm very confident, man.
it's like saying Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers are my favorite quarterbacks, man. You
So
don't
I'm
really you
so
don't ride with
so
these teams.
so
What's up?
if they're not a sleeper team and they're not a favorite, what are they?
Huh?
They're not favorites, and they're not a sleeper team. Where are they? Because I don't think Baylor's
There's
not a
a
favorite.
there's a happy medium between favorites and sleeper teams.
There's a happy
There's a happy
medium.
medium between there's a happy medium between sleepers and faves. Easy.
I think people still sleep on
Like
Duke. I think they can definitely win this. What the?
Marquette is definitely not a favorite, but they're definitely not a sleeper. I think Duke got a better chance at winning than Marquette does. I put Duke at as far to win. I put Duke as top 7 to win the tournament. As far as who I believe, I think Duke's. Yeah, I agree. I think Duke's a Final Four team for sure. Like I agree. No one in that bracket scares me with how Duke can play big. Purdue's whole thing's playing big. They have Philip
Let's okay. So
Howson
before we
and
get into
Derek Lively.
Purdue, teams we have on upset alert, and I think we both have Purdue on upset alert. Purdue is if
Purdue's
they losing to Duke. Once they find Duke, they're losing.
they could lose to FAU or Memphis. I'm not gonna lie, they could lose to both.
FIU.
Like FAU,
I don't. They're not losing for Atlantic. I'm sorry. You're
they could
not.
lose to FAU or Memphis.
No, they can definitely lose in Memphis, but I think they probably get all the way to see Duke. And I have them losing. So
Yeah,
they're not
yeah,
beating
I
Duke.
agree.
Like
Purdue's a
they
one-trick
have the
pony.
size to
They
stop
can't really.
Zach Edey. They play
Yeah,
through Zach Edey center, and they like I said, March Madness is about guard play, and their guard play is not good enough. You know,
no.
Duke is on the heater. They have the size to stop Zach Edey. They have the athleticism to stop Zach Edey.
So that is true. If March Madness about guard play, and you don't, I know you have Michigan State going to Sweet 16, but you hating on us. We have some of the best guard play in the
I
country.
just said they're going to this Sweet 16, but they're not a sleeper team though. Like
I'm
that's
not
what
saying there's no. That's
you did
not.
actually did. You actually did say they were a sleeper team. Yes, you did.
They're so you wait. You think so? You don't have them as a sleeper? You have MSU as actually a favorite?
No, I
That's
don't.
crazy. Okay,
What are you
respect. That's cool,
talking
man.
about?
That's cool.
I said
Thank you. I
they're
appreciate
going
that
to.
love.
I think
I appreciate that
their
love.
ceiling is a Sweet 16. That's not very. I mean, that's not saying much. I mean, like it's
Yeah,
Michigan
I'd say
State
Duke and Michigan State are not the same criteria.
or what?
Those two. Michigan State is a sleeper more than Duke is. 100%.
It's pulling strings at
It's
this
not even
point.
close. It's not
Um.
even close.
Also, I had
Not even
Tennessee.
close.
I got Tennessee on upset alert as well.
Yeah, I think that's a bad one. I don't think Louisiana is good. I like on upset alert. Not even first round,
I'm
just
not
like
talking about first
overall.
round. I'm talking about overall.
Yeah.
Tennessee's
Oh yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah. Tennessee will lose to Duke. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, I think Tennessee will lose to Duke. I got Marquette on upset alert. I don't like Marquette. I have Baylor on upset alert. They don't play defense. Playing defense is big. Uh, my last team I had was
Virginia. I mean, people have been saying Furman could be Virginia. I don't know. You know where that's coming from.
I don't
I actually
know.
got them. I
I
got them
think
winning one of my brackets because I need to
my
upset. So yeah.
we'll talk about it later. My biggest ones that I hate, my biggest upsets I hate is this Miami, Drake, Indiana, Kent State. This little
No, no,
5,
no.
12, 13 region.
Drake can beat Miami. Drake can beat Miami. I got a first hand witness of them dogging us in the MVC conference tournament. They are for real. I'm trying to tell you, Drake.
Did you guys just get? Did you guys just get smacked by Wisconsin?
Yeah, we did. I mean,
Okay, so Wisconsin's terrible. So anyway, it's like just throwing it out there.
I'm just saying Drake. I got Drake actually. Let me see.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
I got Drake
Don't say some dumb
losing.
shit.
I got Drake losing to Indiana.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say, no matter what happens, Indiana is cleaning up that area.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
care. The Kent State height, I don't care. We'll talk about that. We'll get it. We'll get into that right now. Because Jalen Hood-Schifino is one of my players for the tournament to watch. I love Jalen Hood-Schifino.
Good choice.
I don't like Indiana. I don't really like Indiana. Obviously coming to Michigan State, but Jalen Hood-Schifino is so much fun to watch. Yeah, so much fun to watch play basketball. Such a good player. Could score the basketball. He was locking people up when he came to play us. Like, just he's so confident for a freshman. Like, the guy can. He's so good at that. Yeah. I think he could be. If they make it out, I think he and Marcus Sasser that matchup in the Sweet 16 could be insane. I think Indiana Houston, if they meet, could be the best game, one of the best games of the tournament. As far as just how they match up, just a team overall, not really carried by players. You have names, you have depth, you have good coaching and everything. My next one is going to be Bryce Hopkins. Love Bryce Hopkins for Providence.
I'm not gonna lie. I got the Providence beating Kentucky because I'm
like
I
think Bryce Hopkins.
Of the strength that Bryce Hopkins might go for 40. Might go for 40.
Bryce Hopkins revenge tour.
Oh,
and then I'm just saying, Bryce Hopkins could mess around and beat K State. And that's why I'm saying Bryce Hopkins could mess around and beat us.
No,
Bryce,
bro. Stop.
that's the thing. I get Big 12 basketball is good. K State plays in a tough conference, but the Big East is no slouch. The Big East plays a lot. They've beat Marquette. They've beat good teams. Uh, Providence, I think they were ranked pretty highly at the start of the year. Like they can definitely make some noise. They can make some shit shake. So I do think that Bryce Hopkins, if he puts one and two together, could be off of, I don't even know, like off a perk or something the entire tournament. I could see him putting up 25 points a game, just going absolutely crazy.
I got a couple players to watch, but I'm going to highlight Keontae George. I think he's going to go crazy in this tournament. He had some good games against some good teams. He had 23 versus KSU. He had 20 versus he had 32 versus West Virginia. He had 27 versus TCU. He had some very good scoring games, but he also had some very bad shooting games. I think he went like he has a
Does he
couple.
shoot from three? Is he shooting well from three or no?
No, he didn't shoot well from anywhere. He's pretty inefficient. He's a freshman. He's still young. He's a player for watching me. I think if all goes right, if Baylor's gonna go far, it's gonna be because Keontae George is on a heater, and I think he's a player to watch.
Holy cow! I thought you were talking about Keontae Johnson this whole time from K
No,
State because you said you
Keontae
like.
George.
I thought you were talking
No,
about
no,
because you
no, no,
love K
no.
State. I got so confused.
Keontae
Yeah, Keontae
George.
George.
Keontae
Yep,
George.
yep, 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 yep.
Keontae George is my player
I
to
was
watch
so
in this
confused.
tournament.
I was like Baylor.
He's had multiple 20-point games, a 30-point game, stuff like that. I think he's a very good player coming into the draft. He's my favorite guard in this draft. I think he has NBA level scoring, from attacking the basket from three, is developing as a playmaker in the mid range everywhere. So like you said, Baylor doesn't play very good defense, contrary to the Baylor teams in the past. But I think Keontae George is my player to watch. Also, I have Amari Bailey with Jalen Clark going down. I think he's going to step
Chicago
up.
native.
Chicago native, gotta put him in there. Also had Bryce Hopkins, another Chicago native, had him in there as well. I forget if I had any other players to watch. Besides the
Seems like
obvious ones.
yeah, obviously you got to look at Marcus Sasser, Jarris Walker,
I mean,
Grady
yeah,
Dick,
obviously,
Jalen
yeah,
Wilson.
them people are
I am
gonna.
just curious. I'm just curious to see Brandon Miller. Like to be honest, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like just what
Nah, he's
can
gonna
Brandon
go
Miller
crazy.
do?
Brandon Mills gonna go crazy. Oh
Yeah.
my, that you just reminded me. Javon Cornelly. I'm trying to tell you about
Okay.
him, bro.
And I
Javon,
got one more. I was gonna say Nick Smith. I'm picking Arkansas to go far. I think it's led behind the heels of Nick Smith. I'm not gonna lie,
I
Nick
think
Smith could.
Javon
He could
Cornelly.
raise his draft stock.
Yeah, Javon Cornelly been struggling this year. Yeah, he had a couple good years. Come back off the ACL injury. I think he struggled in the beginning of the season, but I think he started getting his groove. I think he had like 20-point games in the season. Javon Cornelly is very good around the basket. Is very good from three. A very good point guard leader for this team. If Alabama's going to go far, he needs to play well. All the attention can be given to Brandon Miller, and I think Javon Cornelly can have a couple good games in this tournament and put the world on watch. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all. I think he should
What,
be in the NBA.
John?
Yeah, yeah. I think he should be in the
So I got a
NBA.
question. I know not talking NBA draft, but I've heard stuff on Twitter and Instagram talking about is Brandon Miller the number two overall pick before Scoot Henderson? And I was gonna
I
ask
think it
you,
depends on team.
does the ability of the obviously, but does the ability of the tournament benefit Scoot or Brandon Miller more as far as you know what I mean? If Brandon Miller can go ball out or if he gets upset.
I
Like
think the
Scoot doesn't even have to
factor.
worry about either.
I think if you factor in the age difference, because Brandon Miller is 20 years
I'm
old.
not saying. I guess I'm not saying those two players individually. I'm saying as a whole, taking the
Oh, you
G
talking
League
about
route
tournament?
or
Oh, G
taking
League.
NCAA.
I think if you look at it, I think the G League helps more because like he's playing against actual professional athletes at his age, and it's like if you playing good in that environment, then yeah, it absolutely helps you. I
So
think
you
Mark.
don't think not having the NCAA tournament hurts him?
No, no, I don't think so. I think March Madness helps a lot of players though. Like get drafted when they go on them historic runs. That because obviously scouts look at like how do you play the biggest games. That's obviously a big thing. So I think that will help
100%.
Brandon Miller, but I think he's going third overall, second overall. I mean, if the Pistons get the second overall pick, he's going there, not to in my eyes. Um,
Uh, quick timeout. The Rockets are beating the Lakers 29-15 right now.
oh, that's why I keep getting pinged to the Discord. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into that. Oh, we are going to talk about Lakers later, so I don't be
Exactly.
losing them. That's we
I
can't.
I got a I got a bet with Dennis or D'Angelo Russell, so I can't. I don't want that to miss.
So yeah, moving on to the NBA since you just mentioned it. We're gonna do our all NBA teams. We're gonna do our all NBA teams. So we're gonna do all three teams. Are you ready for that, Max?
You can go first.
Okay, so My All NBA teams this year. The first team is Dame, Luka, Tatum, Giannis, and Jokic as my first team. My second team is Stephen Curry, Shea. I have LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Embiid. And I have my third team: D. Mitch, Jaylen Brown, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, and Sabonis. That's my All NBA teams.
All right, run through it one more time. Sorry.
First team, I have Dame,
Well, hold
Luka.
on. I'll give you my first team and just make sure we have the same thing. Your first team, you have Dame, Luca. Then you have Giannis, Tatum, Jokic.
Yes.
Okay. And
I
your
think the only
second
reason
team,
Curry's not first team because of injury, missed a lot of time. But yeah, I think he's still better
yeah.
than Dame.
So I think I will throw I want to throw Curry at the first team, but the injury thing does make sense. Um, I don't think I can't logically myself throw Shea first team quite enough. So yeah, so I'm cool with that. Your second team, you had Steph, Shea, LeBron, Embiid, and you said
Kevin Durant.
so Kevin Durant. How many games he played?
He's missed a lot.
That's my that's my
Who
biggest
are you putting
thing
him over?
is
Who are you putting over him? Like who are you putting over Kevin Durant?
that's my thing. I wish I could put a guard up there. I can't toy around and put Donovan Mitchell up there, right? Because it's not wings, it's
No,
forwards. Is it wings or forwards?
it's my position. He's the forward. He's second
Am
forward.
I thinking about All Stars? I
Who are you
I
putting
don't
over
think
him?
you could throw. I really want to put. I really want to put Laurie Markkinen in that position.
And no. And you lost me. No.
But I
Respectfully,
don't
I'm
know. I
sorry.
guess like I'm looking at it and it's just like I don't think that I don't know if Katie deserves it, but I don't know who does.
I'm not putting
Like Julius
Laurie Markin over KD.
Is Julius
No,
Randle.
no.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's tough. I'm not putting DeMar DeRozan in that position. Yeah, I guess.
My third team
I
is
don't
D
love it
Mitch,
though.
Jalen
Yeah, no,
Brown,
Demons, Jalen Brown.
Kawhi,
Um,
AD, and Sabonis. The
I'm not.
I have
I'm a.
the
I'm a resident Julius Randle hater, and I'm very. I think that I might toss Julius Randle in there for Sabonis.
what the fuck, Max? What?
Julius Randle been on a tear. I keep betting
Sabonis
on
is
him, and
better.
he keeps messing me up.
Sabonis has been better than Julius Randle for the entirety of the year. Yes, yes, yes. Sabonis is and also he's a forward. He can't go over KD or Kawhi. I mean KD or AD.
Hmm?
Julius Randle is not over Kawhi or AD. Sabonis is
Why can't
center.
you throw? Why can't you throw Sabonis at 4 and 80 at the 5? They play
I
two
mean,
positions.
actually, Sabonis and AD are both fives. I
Exactly.
guess.
No, I thought Sabonis plays the 4 as well.
I mean, the Kings don't have a center, so yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was wishing that Pascal Siakam played better this year. He hasn't really shocked me or anything. Ben Adebayo's, you know what I mean? Like he's normally a mainstay on one like on the third
Obvious
team.
admissions are De'Aaron Fox, it was hard to keep him off the list.
The guards, it's more guards.
Yeah,
Like Ja,
Laurie
De'Aaron
Markkinen.
Fox, Laurie Markkinen. I'm gonna throw Anthony Edwards' name up there just because demon.
Yeah, that's not outrageous to say.
Like I just think the guards, not depth, but like yeah, I guess there's more depth at the guard position right now than there is at the forward position. You know what I mean? There's a bigger cutoff for forwards.
Um, so I mean, if there's no blowback on that, we can move on into the Lakers.
Yeah, no, it's just I guess like I don't agree with KD, but who else are you gonna put up there?
Yeah, I don't. I
You know what I
mean, he
mean?
has missed a lot of time. He probably could miss the rest of the season. That's the
Oh
crazy
wait,
part.
Zion didn't make a team, did he?
Why would he? Why would he? He hasn't played in
Oh,
months. But man, oh man, I feel so right. I feel so good to be right about the Lakers, man. The Lakers post All-Star break are have the third
okay.
best record in the league, fourth
We
best.
can't get too excited because they are currently losing to the Rockets. So it's not going to prove about what they're going
They
to
are
do in
going
the
to come back.
playoffs because everyone's injured. Everyone's injured.
Post All-Star break, we have the fourth best record in the league after that trade. Completely revitalized our team. We have shooting, we have defense. If Darvin Ham can get these rotations right, we're going to be scary for the entirety of the season. We have
It's
the
just
second
the
best
team has
defensive
so many
rating since the All-Star break.
teams got so many layers. We just saw last night
Yep.
against New Orleans. Shot 15 threes in the first half and can defend the ball. Like that's dangerous. Like that's what I'm saying with like if KD
They
misses,
clown me. They,
if
Jaden,
KD
Jaden,
misses,
Jaden,
if KD,
Zay, Jaden
yeah,
and Zay
you go.
clown me. Jaden and Zay clown me for saying
I
D'Angelo
get made fun
Russell
of all the time. I get made fun of all the time.
like is he the savior and all this other stuff?
I
He's
think
been
the
a
Lakers
savior
can
for
make.
us. When AD's not on the
The
floor,
Lakers
he
can
he
make
runs
a
our offense, bro.
the Lakers can make a run. I think that they have a
I think the
team
Lakers.
ready
I
for
think the
it.
Lakers
Like
can, bro. I think the Lakers can contend for a championship this season. If
I
LeBron
said
comes
that
back,
my pick has been the Bucks and the Lakers all year, and it hasn't changed. You can
yeah, I
go back to
mean,
whatever you can go back to whatever first episode you wanted to. The Bucks and Lakers have been my pick since I started picking these. So LA and Milwaukee is that, and it'll probably be that's the end of the year.
yeah, we're probably gonna finish with the seventh seed. I mean, going into the playoffs,
And
we'll
I want
be one of the
Phoenix.
hottest teams in the NBA, man. So, I
I
mean,
might I want to get Phoenix out of there because if KD's not playing, easy win.
KD's gonna be there, but
I don't think they
I think we
rush
could beat
it.
the Suns, though. I think we could beat the Suns. It's not crazy to say we can beat the Suns. Like with LeBron back,
You don't
we
got
can
to
beat the
convince me. I get
Suns.
that.
They
You
have
don't
no
got to convince
answer.
me.
They don't have any
You don't have
answer
to
for.
convince me.
I'm just saying, man. They don't have
I've
any
been riding the
answer for
Lakers train
AD.
since Russ, man. I've been riding the Lakers train since
Yeah, I
Russ,
don't
so
know,
I don't know what
man.
you're talking about.
I don't. No, no, not Russ. No, when they still had
I've been on
Russ,
this since Russ.
when they still had Russ, that's when I lost faith in them. And when they made a
I've been
trade,
on this
that's when
since
I gained
Russ.
faith in them.
I've been on this
Russell
since
West,
Russ.
I'm really. I think we should re-sign D'Angelo Russell. I don't think we should go get Harden or Kyrie. Let's re-sign D'Angelo Russell. Let's re-sign Malik
Harden would,
Beasley.
yeah. I think Harden. Ooh, I don't know actually. Harden might be interesting, but I agree. D'Lo's a
Harden be
great
really good
fit.
for the team, but it's like, are we compromising depth for Harden because he might command like 35 million when
Yep.
D'Angelo Russell was not commanding 35 million, he's coming around like
Yeah.
25, 21. Like
Yeah. No.
I think giving
D'Lo.
him like 20 million would be good.
I've loved
Um,
D'Lo since Ohio State.
yeah, me
D'Lo
too,
is
man.
such a
Me
great
too.
player. Coming on the scene in Brooklyn, just such a fun player to watch. I hated Golden State when he got traded there. It's like gotta go be a Golden, like you know what I mean. I gotta go.
I
Was
did
not a
not
Gold.
like him in Minnesota though. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like him in
I would never
Minnesota.
rep Golden State, but I rep D'Lo. I love D'Lo. Um, Finally happy he's just in the sunlight. He's in the spotlight, and he's actually performing. Um, yeah, I mean, they look happy. The Lakers look like a happy basketball team, which is fun to watch.
Chemistry
So,
is good, bro. They look happy on the bench when we're scoring.
yeah,
When we beat the Rockets tonight, I know it's stuff looking dark right now. When we beat the Rockets tonight,
yeah,
we're
it's
gonna be
not great.
tied for the. Actually, we're gonna be at AC for like 30 minutes, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, who else is
We're gonna be
who's playing with
500 for the first time in a long time. The
is
Mavericks play tonight.
Minnesota's fighting with us for a spot.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say
Also,
us.
we
I'm
have
a
we
Thunder
have
fan, but I'm rooting for the Lakers.
we have the easiest schedule to end the season currently right now. We have the easiest remaining schedule. The Timberwolves have like one of the hardest schedules remaining, so we're probably gonna jump them. The Mavericks are reeling. The Pelicans suck. The Warriors are, they're the Warriors. So, yeah, we're trying to make a playoff push. I'm
38
really
to
confident,
22.
huh?
38 to 22. It's not looking great, but a
Oh
win like
shit,
this could be
man.
good. A win like this could be good.
I don't know. We should rest AD, man. This is looking dark. I don't know, man. Listen, we shouldn't. I mean, AD is he can't play back to back most of the night, so they selectively choosing like games they think we can win without him. So I think the Rockets probably took it like, yeah, they got a chip on their shoulder. They think they can beat us without AD. That's how they
That's my
playing.
thing. I thought the Rockets was just trying to be like, we don't want to win this game anyway. You guys can
Yeah,
win.
man. I thought they were tanking. I don't know what they just beat the Bucks the other night though, so they might be on some other shit, man. Um,
And did they beat the Celtics too?
they did beat the Celtics, the Bucks and the Celtics.
Like, what is they doing?
Um, let's move on to MVP talk because it's getting tighter now.
I
Down
still
the
got Jokic.
stretch.
Let's start it there. Still Jokic. I think Jokic is still
Yeah,
one.
Giannis is making the case, and B has always had a case throughout the
Embiid.
entire year.
I don't. I think Tatum's
The Denver
dying.
Nuggets on a
Tatum's
4 game losing
dying, man.
streak. Their defense is looking terrible. Jokic's not even playing that well. So, I
But
mean,
that's my thing. Jokic has never looked on to be a defensive front for them. So if their defense suffers, it's not his fault.
he has to be the anchor of the defense though. At some point, though, like you can't. It's hard
Why?
to build. It's hard to build. What defenses have been good without a good rim protector? Give me one. Like that have been very good without a good rim protector. Give me one.
The
One.
Warriors.
Draymond Green is one of the best rim protectors in the NBA.
Oh, I'm thinking just center. Yeah, no,
No,
I
I'm not
guess
talking
it.
about just center. You need an anchor. He's not.
Yeah,
They don't have one.
I guess it kind of depends. Aaron Gordon plays good defense. Like
Yes, but you need an anchor at the basket, bro. They like I watched. I think it was the Rockets or somebody. Or
First of all,
one team.
I don't think Denver's winning a championship. I'm going to put that out there right now. I don't think Denver's winning a championship. But at the end of the day, they can be a good defensive team playing small ball or whatever. Like Jokic does not have to be the defensive anchor. They could have Aaron Gordon. They could have Jeff Green. They could have someone else slide in there.
Who is going to be
Like
the defense anchor? Jeff Green? They
I'm
need
just saying,
Jokic.
Aaron.
They Aaron Jordan can't be a defense anchor.
They
He's a
don't.
perimeter
They don't.
defender.
But
Yes,
that's
they
my thing.
do.
How are you gonna Jokic? Like I don't think you could change Jokic's position now. You're just gonna all of a
He
sudden
has
say
to
now
get
you play
better. He has
defense.
to get better. That's all it is to it. He has to grow
Why
into
him? Why him?
who else? He's a center.
Huh?
He can't guard on the perimeter. So where else is he gonna be? They need a defensive anchor, bro. Like
I don't
unless
know.
they're gonna go
I
Twin
think.
Towers or something like that because they
Mhm.
don't have it. They don't have like they need a defensive anchor and he's not that. I mean like Bruce Brown is a good defender. Aaron Gordon is a good defender. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is a good defender. But those are perimeter defenders. Like they have no one to anchor them on the in the inside. So I think the
You know,
Nuggets
I
need
get
to
it.
do something like that.
I guess Jokic shouldn't have to be called on as that guy, and to say
They're,
like, oh, you have to change your entire play style right now, like
that's not
that's a lot.
changing.
Like,
That's not changing the entire play style. That's getting better at defense, and that's the problem. He's amazing on offense. He needs to get better on defense. And I think like um they were down by 20 against the Raptors at halftime. The Raptors had like 70 points, bro. Like they defense is bad, bro.
yeah, to see that,
They need to improve that for the
gotta
playoffs.
gotta clamp up.
So do you think like anybody's come like they may give it to Embiid? I think they may give it to Embiid, bro. They may give it to
Mm,
Embiid. He's
I
playing
don't know.
amazing right now.
I think Jokic is still one unless the Nuggets significantly fall. Um,
There are some MVP voters that are saying that he is the Embiid is their MVP, and including Chris Broussard, who has a vote.
is Giannis was Giannis? I mean, like Giannis already in the playoffs right now. He hasn't played with injury. The one thing with JoJo is he's been healthy. JoJo's played and he's been healthy. Giannis is not. That's the only thing that's hurting his
Jojo,
case right now
what are
that
we
he's not
doing?
played because he JoJo his nickname.
That's what you call him, bro. I think Giannis is definitely has a case for
It's
the
his
MVP.
nickname, JoJo. Are
Giannis is
you
the
a
best.
fake NBA fan?
Jokic?
You didn't
Or
know
you talking about
Joel
Joel
Embiid.
Embiid?
You didn't know Joel Embiid.
Oh, okay. I thought you talking about Jokic the whole time. That's what I was saying. Like,
No.
what do you mean? No, no. I think Giannis definitely has a case for MVP. He's the best player in the league right now. And Bucks look like the
Yes.
best team. The Bucks look like the best team right now. He just killed the Kings. He just killed the
Maybe the
Suns.
Rockets too, actually.
Bro, stop.
The Rockets beat Boston. They just beat Milwaukee. They just beat LA. Maybe they just like win every game for the rest of the
They
season,
did
even
not
though
beat
they're already
LA.
eliminated.
What are you talking about? They're not beating us tonight. Calm down, bro. Um, but moving on to Ja. The verdict came out today. He got suspended for 8 more games. I think he'll be ready to play March 20th, but they got like let him like get back in the filler thing. So he won't be playing against the Mavericks on March 20th. But it was some speculation that he may be out for the rest of the season. So I'm very glad to see this. That he's only suspended for 8 more games. I'm ready to see another. I hope the Memphis get 3 seed. And I hope the Warriors get the 6 seed. I want to see another Memphis and Warriors first round series. That'd be amazing to see. So I'm glad
I
John's
think
back because
I,
I gotta clap it up for the Memphis Grizzlies as well because holding it down without Ja. They won a couple games, stayed afloat without Ja. So that team is
I
pretty
think
dangerous.
I think no, the Grizzlies are pretenders. We talked about this before
I didn't say
the
they were
job thing.
pretenders.
I said they were pretenders. I'm not confident in that. I will rather take uh I'd rather take Denver over them, and I'm not confident in Denver. So I take Phoenix, I take Golden State, and I would take LA over them. I think Ja will come with a fire. I think like Ja will be like very, very determined. He'll be like, I think we could see like some 40, 50 point games coming up here. So I think he'll want to prove everyone. I think his team will be behind him and stuff. I'm kind of confused though. Like obviously we don't know about the investigation, but like I thought there was like a 50 game suspension if they found out he put him on the team plane. Apparently it wasn't his. Like I guess I was confused with everything that happened. Like you know what I mean? Like all the different reports, and now just in
Did you
eight
see
games it
the
seems really
interview?
short. No, oh, with Jalen
Mm-hmm.
Rose, I saw bits and pieces of it. So yeah, I did say hear him say that wasn't his, but yeah, like uh, 8 games seems short, but at the same time, you already missed some already. So yeah, it's gonna be good to see him back on the court, but I still don't really have much faith in the Grizzlies.
I think I just hope Ja learned from the situation for sure. I hope he's learned how much
100%.
impact he's had on like black kids and kids in general. Just looking at him as role models, people who come from poverty stricken areas, and he gives them hope and has them like thinking that he can make it out. So I hope Ja's learned from the situation. that everything you do on the internet, everything you do, everything you tweet has a big impact. You're a global figure. You're a multi-millionaire set for life. Don't put your family in danger. Don't put your legacy in danger. Don't put your everything you earned to this point. Like
Yeah.
remember all like the grind that it took the guy to get here. Remember like how you were overlooked in high school, how you were overlooked in your first year at Mary State. That's the stuff you gotta remember, bro. Like Ja, you gotta like, bro, you gotta chill, bro. So I mean, he not listening to me, but I could
That got deep. That got deep for a second.
if I could say something to Ja, that's how I'd probably say, bro. Just coming from I'm not really a fan of him either, but I'm just saying, just coming from a NBA fan. But yeah,
We gotta
so
get JJ on it. We gotta get JJ
yeah,
on here and talk about it.
yeah, but that's gonna wrap up the episode though. I'm really glad we talked about college basketball. I haven't talked about it in a minute, and so NCAA
A lot of
tournament
stuff.
starting tomorrow. Very excited to watch that. Got Kansas repeating. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get one of my friends who has a podcast of his own from Bradley. He covers college basketball. I'm trying to get him on the podcast. He said he couldn't do it today, but he said after like probably in the round of 32 or at least 16. I mean Sweet
Yeah,
16.
get some more picks. That'd be great.
Yeah, he'll come on and we'll have a chat about that. So, yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on in the sports world. Thank you to everybody that's watching right now. Follow us on Twitter. We need to get that following up. It's crazy going there. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, everything. The stuff will be on the screen, so you'll be able to see it. And then in the bio, follow all of us, all of our accounts. We're trying to continue to grow. To be honest, I think we're doing pretty good for just starting.
Slow and steady.
Um,
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady, man. I think we get right now at this time of the recording, we got 121 followers. Every single time we get a new follower, every single time we get a new like, comment, anything, I just get a little bit more inspired to keep going. And this has been an amazing journey so far. I think this is episode 18. So
It's
yeah,
been great.
we are out, man.
Appreciate you guys.